Let's have a look at what observations you must do when it comes to the manoeuvres. Observations are sometimes a low priority for new drivers, as they're so concerned about getting the car in a bay or not hitting the curb when reversing. We're going to focus just on the observations, but for a more in-depth look at all the manoeuvres, then check out our other videos. Let's first have a look at the essential observations when forward bay parking. I'm turning into a bay on the right, and as it's on the right, before turning, you must check the interior and right hand mirror. I'll also have a quick sideways glance for anyone going past, signal if needed, line up, and turn. Apply the parking brake, select neutral, and if it's safe, open the door to make sure you're in the bay. Now the car park might be completely empty, but you've got to imagine that you're in the busiest car park ever. So before reversing, start by checking your right blind spot, right hand mirror, ahead, left hand mirror, left blind spot, and over your left shoulder through the rear window. Keep observing around and stop if anyone gets near you, but continue if it's safe. Check all around and drive on if it's safe. If you open the door and find out you're not in the bay, then check all around and reverse if it's safe. Correcting any manoeuvres will probably be a driving fault or a minor as they're commonly called. Check all around and drive forward to adjust it in the bay. Reverse bay parking. You can move one or both side mirrors down if it helps, but don't stare at them when reversing. Before reversing, check the blind spot on the right, right hand mirror, ahead, left hand mirror, blind spot on the left, and over your left shoulder through the rear window. Now before steering into the bay, you must do all those checks again, as the front of the car is about to swing out. Make sure you stop if anyone gets near you, but continue if it's safe. Keep checking around, including the rear window. Look out for any pedestrians or other drivers. If you're not in the bay, then check all around and drive forward to readjust it back in. If you're happy with your parking, then readjust any mirrors if you've moved them down, make sure it's safe all around, signal if it helps anyone, and drive forward out of the bay, to the left or right, depending on what the examiner says. Reverse parking, also known as parallel parking. Adjust the side mirror down now if it helps. But as always, when doing the manoeuvre, don't stare at the mirror, or you could miss something else. Check mirrors, blind spot, and signal if necessary. Make sure no one's approaching when you move off, as you don't want to get in their way. Stop. Straighten to reverse to get the white reverse lights on behind. If anyone approaches, then wait. Once it's safe, then check the right hand blind spot, right hand mirror, ahead, left mirror, left blind spot, and then look over your left shoulder through the rear window. Don't forget to stop for anyone that approaches you, unless you're in their way. Before you steer into the space, you must check all around again. Check the right hand blind spot, right hand mirror, ahead, left blind spot, and look over your left shoulder through the rear window. You must also do those checks after you've stopped for someone that went past you. Keep observing around and don't stare at the mirrors. I've parked okay, But if it isn't on the driving test, then check all around, and if it's safe, drive forward and steer to correct it. This is normally a driving fault, or a minor as they're commonly called. If it still isn't very good, then check all around again and reverse to correct it. Once you've finished, don't forget to readjust the side mirror if you've moved it down. Pulling up on the right and then reversing 2 car lengths. Check the interior mirror, right hand mirror, quick right shoulder check, signal right, make sure there's no one coming, otherwise you'll have to stop for them. Before reversing, you've guessed it, you've got to check all around to make sure it's safe. Check the right hand blind spot over your shoulder, right hand mirror, ahead, left hand mirror, left blind spot, and look over your left shoulder through the rear window, then reverse if it's safe. You must stop if anyone gets near you, but continue if it's safe. Keep observing all around and don't stare at any mirrors. The examiner will tell you when to stop. Before moving off, check the right hand blind spot, right hand mirror, check ahead, the interior mirror, left hand mirror, the left hand blind spot, signal left, keep checking for anyone approaching, and drive on when it's safe. Another check of the interior and right hand mirror, no one overtaking, all okay. The emergency stop. When the examiner says stop, you won't have time to check the mirrors. But once you've stopped and secured the car, you must check all around. The left hand blind spot, left hand mirror, interior mirror, right hand mirror, and the blind spot on the right. Once it's safe, drive on, no signal needed as you're in the middle of the road. Watch this video next if you're looking for a complete guide on how to do all the different manoeuvres. Thanks a lot for watching, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really helps us make more videos. Keep safe on the road, and bye for now.